Oh, I'm live. Hello, this is Dr. Mia Luth, and today is Stardate. Oh, let's see. It's 8/26/22, 12:44 p.m. Eastern. Um, I finally got some help with the pain meds, so that was good. Oop, there we go. Somebody hopped on, hopped off, and I guess someone I know passed away, and like it's hit me, but I'm sure it's not really going to seem real until I go to the funeral. But aside from that, uh, ministry things I accidentally put on the notes, um, or the meeting minute notes, that there would be another meeting immediately, but I was wrong about that. I was looking at something else, and so there won't be meeting minutes until October. Still very much, I know you're out there, right? Law of attraction, volunteer, big volunteer, attracting volunteers. Okay, I could always use an extra hand for something locally in Elton or around Elton, Maryland, but I can also use some assistance from anybody who has the internet. There's some things that could help the ministry pick up some pace. $1,000 a month will stabilize the ministry and allow for a formal website, which will then allow for possibility of grants, which will then allow for more targeted, uh, you know, ads. I hate to say ads, but that's what it is, I guess. And so, also a little padding because sometimes there are recurring situations. So, at least 150, 75 split up throughout the year in order to keep advertisements off all the websites. So, the same from the Crease website right now is the main website, and I have a page. Um, that's just to get it out in public, which I do. Um, but the goal is have a fully operational website. GodCaresMinistries.org is taken. So it'll be God Cares Ministries, either limited or Maryland or something. Figure it out. So once that happens, then I have better opportunity to get grants and other things. But I do need a few volunteers, and it won't be, you know, too difficult. But I, it's good experience too. But I'm looking for two other members of the board that I are necessary. They're not necessarily legally mandated because it is possible in the state of Maryland based on the bylaws. But I don't want to be the treasurer or the secretary, and just in case for health reasons, we're going to get someone else in case me go, or so Parkinson's people. Yeah, so okay. Final verdict here. Checked with a couple other docs, and got some more information and got a couple more tests, which also seem to lead to Parkinsonism. Uh, so I got back in touch with the doctor at Hopkins. That's the closest movement disorder specialist to me that will take my insurance. So, I can get a follow up appointment, and, he kind of does now understand and see, yes, it does seem like some kind of Parkinsonism. Right. So, I have to go there to do examinations. Well, rides are an issue, and there isn't anyone closer. I can't go to Delaware because I don't have Medicare. Okay, I have a Maryland MCO, which is called medical assistance for Medicaid, right? So trying to arrange a ride is what's basically happening somehow to get to the movement disorder place. But now there's even more indication. I can't really deny it, and it makes more sense. But instead of me having like 15 different things, I basically probably have like one or two, and a lot of them all that lead to Parkinson's syndrome or something. Okay, so there's different types of Parkinson's in the first place, um, but you know, I'm I'm trying to just accept that, unfortunately, a couple other doctors and I seem to be very correct in that it is definitely some kind of Parkinsonism. So there we have it. So, yay, cancer free. Oh, it really is just getting, parsimony. I mean, right, there just isn't much else that it can really be at this point. And so, you know, unfortunately, given what the symptoms are, yeah, I'm might be further along than I might want. But again, I don't know. Trying to get rides there is just silly. You can't take a bus. I'm too sick to take a bus. I got issues. You see what I'm saying? Right? Can't afford a cab. I mean, I'd have to pay like the taxes of Texas. Yeah, to take a cab. It's ridiculous amounts of money. And paperwork going through the Cecil County Health Department, which is who runs the medical transportation in Cecil County. It takes some time, and I'm already trying to do that because my dermatologist is in Harford County, which is right over the border, right? And so that's kind of where it is. So, yes, I have. Let's just call it Parkinsonism, right? Something. Yeah, it's not ataxia. There's a lot of things it can't be. So it explains why, yes, all those diagnoses put together, though, you know, my fidget. Right. This is friendly sometimes, you know. Um. So, you know, I I I have to be realistic. As much as I would like it to be something other than that, it's got to be a musculoskeletal neurological situation, and symptoms just are too similar to Parkinson syndrome. So I got a Parkinson something, and but I need to do my very best not to try and let it rush me, so to speak. You know, but not being able to ride. The Parkinson's. We had there's a Parkinson's hotline, and a couple other places that I might be able to check with to also get rides. But you know, it's a lot of administrative wrangling, and I'm having some difficulty with it and how things work. So that is, my next big adventure is to go back to Baltimore, over there on the East Carolina. Um, I'm really familiar with Baltimore. I've lived and worked in and out of the city and had friends. So, yeah. Um, that's that. I'm going to have to make an appointment and go back. I can't make an appointment until I can figure out, make sure I get a ride. But at least I'm in, right? At least I'm in. So, you know, I'm glad about that. Um, what was I going to say? I have borderline diabetes, so, well, they give me metformin, but this, I may not continue with it. We'll see. But I have changed up a few meds so that I can take fewer medications. All right, I prefer to take fewer if I can. Uh, I don't know. I was thinking that I would talk about some stuff today, but I'm a little preoccupied. You know, mm, recent death of someone I knew, and yeah, and I still have to call medical transportation to see if they're coordinating if one doctor, both doctors, primary care and dermatology, have to fill out paperwork and get it to medical transportation, and I don't think that's happened. That's probably somebody didn't get it or filled it out. I got to get that straight first, right? But then I got to start the process of trying to get paperwork to get over to Hopkins. So it's just getting harder. Just getting harder. So, I've made a advanced directive, uh, which is a good idea to have. Um, and other types of things, but I, it's not the world's best news. Although it's not really surprising me so much, you know. But That's all I can say. It's got to be some kind of Parkinsonism, and I guess I need to slowly but surely just figure out a way. But yes, driving is a no go. Officially, there's no way. So that one I just gotta accept. I'm not gonna be driving anymore. So yeah, quick loss of independence. uh, so it's another reason that I went some volunteers because I can't get up on step stools anymore. I can't do that anymore because it's too high a likelihood that I could fall, which, right? And I'm getting annoyed a little because I used to be a little more lithe, and now I'm clumsy, and I take a corner too tight, and I'm bumping into doors, and and then my one foot just wants to go flat or not work or whatever it wants to do. I don't know. Has a mind of its own. I don't know. So, you know, I've had a lot on my mind, and it's it is a little bit upsetting that individuals who know that I have fibro, who know that I have sleep disorder, and who know that I've had, uh, health scares. Just I don't have a lot of good things to say to some people I used to know. Okay, right. I mean, my PTSD flared up. I don't, I'm not even going to bother, but it is just the case. It's just, well, I need to eat food too. And, people get online and they don't even have the basic understanding of how a business works or how a market works or how, right. And the yelling and screaming, all the bullshit online is like, what in the hell are you people? You please be quiet because it's better to be silent than to say foolish things, is what I'm saying. I've had practice holding my tongue, so that's what am I going to do? Uh, so I, I mean, I'm kind of hopeful at this point. It is good that I'm cancer free. So, and there's some other things that there could be reasons for them, which includes a medication that over time could cause some, you know, minor blood in the urine, which is not that big a deal. So that's not concerning me right now. And at the very least, now I got, you know, enough information to Hopkins, you know, this particular doctor who was, yes, I mean, answered an email on a Saturday. And yeah, so, but, I tried to put it in a way that's like, well, I've been tracking symptoms and yeah, started on one side. I have, a little bit of tremor, but that's like not my biggest issue. Anyway, uh, I'm, I'm trying not to think about it too much. It's a Friday. I know that I have at least an opening with, you know, neurology movement disorder center. And so, it's just a question of getting right. And I've gotten, yes, another confirmation. It sure does sound like some kind of Parkinson's syndrome. And I mean, I already have a, you know, yeah, periodically movement disorder, which is mostly just nighttime tossing and turning and tossing and turning and tossing and turning and tossing and turning. So obviously my sleep gets affected and my voice is doing weird things that I don't really know how to control. So consistency coming out of me, that's not gonna happen. I'm I'm, I'm still willing, I guess, to go out on dates, but I, if if I have to like say more than 3 times, I am not physically able to do that. It's not a fucking lifestyle, okay? Or I I am not one of your children. Or yes, you're famous. You're also a huge asshole. Yeah, I did dump a millionaire, multi-millionaire. You know, it comes right down to it. Sometimes money's not worth it for certain things. So anyway, you know, people, some people concerned and checked in on me, and I appreciate that. And so anyone who does know me on the internet or just wants to say hi or start a conversation, right? When it comes to parapsychology, the gist of it, in terms of what I tend to look at, is what my specialty is. I mean, it kind of all rolls into one, but I'm interested in PSI, psi, mm, psychokinetic. There's certain things that just, and some of them can be proven, like telepathy, that can be proven. So some of this is not really parapsychology anymore. I mean, psychology departments in accredited universities should at least have some. Yeah, there should be more parapsychology. You know, it's majors, tracks, whatever people call it, because it basically is something that's been studied for a long time. Okay, yes, uh, and certain people are not. Maybe, I don't know, responding well to certain things. So, but anomalous behavior, I mean, well, as an ice hockey lover, there are certain situations which would constitute anomalous behavior. If you're just looking in the context of the National Hockey League, and anomalous behavior as in wildlife, okay, when certain anomalies start getting closer and closer in proximity, so to speak. Um, I can say that anybody who can send an image with your mind might be able to put that visual into the mind of someone who's blind. I mean, there's some good uses and proper uses. There's also ways to not use it properly. And so anyone who fits that category, you gotta understand the whole place being scanned all the time. Uh, and some of us, people may not understand mystical, but I'm I try and stay away from what people consider modern religion because some of it's like, hello, you built on nothing, and oh, that planet doesn't. Oh, right. When okay, so if I go on Etsy and I pay someone to cast a spell or check someone or check my vibe or tell me, wait, maybe there's deities hanging around me. But the ones who have caused me hurt and pain, don't get to get away with it. So just know that. But I I know I need to get out into the nature. Like I said, thankfully there's a park. It's right near me. So I don't really, okay, so it's fucking Parkinson's, whatever. Freak it. Freak it. Well, when it comes to that, it's just like race for the cure. Well, then you do need to race. Like, it's a race. See what I'm saying? Like, we don't, yeah. It's like, so I'm in it to freaking win it. Okay. But people around me and some of my doctors and other, it's like, people online may not understand. It's like you, people are asking me to do what? I don't know. What do you want? Well, I'm, yeah, a sick woman, but I'm a real person. And that's the other thing, is which is a little bit flattering, admittedly. I don't get to hear that very often. I'm pretty or any of that kind of stuff. um, I put up ads on Craigslist, and like I said, you know, I'm just trying to jump in where I can. And now I have, you know, an office space, meeting space with a couch. I could take a couple clients, um, and pretty much anything trauma related, right? Or if there's just serious confusion. Anyway, yeah, I do have the qualifications: PhD in parapsychology, metaphysical science. It's called science. Okay, that's why we need more accredited universities with some parapsychologists. Gonna call it para now, but it's still psychology, and it fits in the realm of science. So, um, I'm and I can do a couple of classes to teach some quick recentering movements and sometimes thoughts. This one can help reduce some stress. See, not everybody needs the stress. Some are just self-motivated. They're just I don't need the stress to wake up in the morning. See what I'm saying? Right? I don't need the stress to go do I get in a situation, it's gonna happen somehow. I have a pool that's square at the very least. I can, do laps in for exercise or whatever. Right. Then, I'll swim at the very least 2 miles a week, if not more, because this is the one exercise that doesn't freaking hurt me too badly. And I never get too hot. Even if I get hot, still I'm in water, so it kind of helps keep me cool. And rides. I need reliable rides. I'm sure my life would improve, like very much so. Anyway, um, but it's not looking like most things. Just doesn't seem like people give a shit. I may not understand. Like, no, no, I have incurable illness. Says right. No family support because they're dead. Okay, right. But that's the other thing is, you know, this kind of does put a little more stress and pressure just in that way. I need to get a ride to go to Johns Hopkins. So, whatever anybody else been doing, I just hope everybody's well. But there are people who may know me, and I'm okay with the fact we don't talk to each other. Okay? Right. So, forget it's Parkinson's. Screw it. Let's figure this fucking out. I mean, what am I going to say? You know, just apparently God's not done putting me through it. And I'm kind of wondering, well, can someone else get some freaking adversity? Don't they need to be toughened up? Don't people need? Eh, as far as I'm concerned, don't witch fight with me, man. No one ever survives that but me. True story. Okay? But I can ask assistance from the left hand path and I can ask assistance from the right hand. Okay? Right. I need to check also my senses and some other things. So, right. But certain situation needs to come to fruition immediately when it comes to me. Nobody's really done a good job at all of, giving me something to look forward to. Nor has anybody really. I don't know. But my reality is that now. Um, but I am getting some orders, and I appreciate people who go to Etsy because it helps me physical therapy wise. I have a whole baggie of items that I made because from different bits and pieces of things, and I got this. So I've been making necklaces and bracelets and earrings, and I like these things. I took apart some jewelry, and so now I have little things, little dangly earrings and These ones I like too. They're a unique little. This is like a unique sort of situation. I, find little things and try and put them together, but these little beads and I think they're resin are really kind of interesting. They're not like, and the marks on the back of them are really kind of interesting. So I've not seen marks like those, but it's not like high dollar, but it's just really kind of unique and interesting. I found a few though, so I made some bracelets and necklaces and earrings. So that helps me use my hands, occupational therapy. And yeah, there's a good bit of cussing that starts happening after a while because, right, like something in my hand will move and then they'll be on the floor and then I can't like bend down and get it. And then it's just it's a comedy routine. But it does honestly start to get frustrating when like you try to, put a new clasp on and this is like your 10th freaking try because your hands didn't want it. But it's good physical therapy and, good for occupational therapy. So it helps me, but 10% goes to ministry that I'm the executive director of, and that goes to a fund called Creasesinger Fund. Well, it goes to the ministry. I mean, that's first. I have to be able to keep it up and running, and you know that needs to happen. So I'm expecting it to. Just not quite sure when or how exactly. But yeah, like I said, I also just do these live in case anybody wants to pop on. And there's ways to help, but prayers, whatever you got. And I know, look at that, adult acne. I got this. I know, you find out, oh, what? I have mites in my face. I know they're having sex in your face. It's crazy. Like, hell no, I'm not getting any. You're not getting any. You need, we just kill some alcohol. We got, yes, just some people great, but yes, rosacea. And also, I just have this, it's something called dysregulation, and nobody really knows why, but yes, the part, I think it's hypothalamus. I might be getting it wrong, but yes, that regulates temperature. That's for me. That's just been a little off, and then oh, no, men on pause. No, they're off pause. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, come on, fellas. Uh, men over 50 have some kind of stability. Don't come at me with the penis first. But that's like trying to advertise, yes, spiritual healer, but it's also therapy because there's some things that I might be able to suss out very quickly to eliminate. Well, you don't need this, this, and this, and you might. Anyway, okay, you know, trying to prepare for what's coming. And fucking Parkinson's. But now there's just really no denying it because there's too many have no other, there isn't any other thing that would be right. It's not the meds. It's not gone through its own, not on the meds, started it. It can't be from certain other things because then it wouldn't be like this and yada yada yada. Great. So, um, I don't have real quick updates. Just I know I got a funeral coming, and I know I need to make sure I don't have any mites having sex on my face. Um, but yeah, my voice. I haven't picked up my guitar yet because I don't know if I'm ready for that reality yet. I won't be able to play because this doesn't want to cooperate. Oh, I'm still hopeful. Like I'll still do it. It'll probably all sound like crap, but I'm not. I'm kind of putting that off. The actual reality of picking it up. It's tuned and it's, but oh, mm. Anyway, anyone sending me telepathic messages, you have to understand that they're probably going to get filtered in a way before they get to me. And yes, you need to tell me who you are. Okay? You need to tell me who you are. Um, but that's that. I don't know what else to say. I'm still like, okay. Uh, but I do appreciate the people who buy from Etsy. I do check every single one. And that's why I know if the class doesn't work or um, sometimes I may not, class may work for me, but something or old glue or certain things might come apart in mail. I mean, it just happens. Um, but I do check them and I do clean them, and then anything broken stuff we'll just like collect and start, organizing and piecing together to see about making something new out of it, um, instead of throwing it in the trash. And I mean, in some cases, some of these things are, you know, I've I've gotten a few antiques, but I don't usually get a lot of antiques. Um, but I get uh, a little bit of handmade hair accoutrement uh, from a, the was like from the 30s, um, and from another country. And it was just so ridiculously well made. I just miss old world craftsmanship, people. I don't care what age I am. This is true. It's like everybody's building temporary. Oh, all right, fine. Um, yeah, I protections for me have been built in now, and there's more. But an empath cannot handle that, and no one will ever be able to do that again. And there's some things that, when it comes to my care team, medical, all that kind of, I do much better with males, and that's something that cannot be provided to me in the United States. So anybody tells me I have choices, well, I'm gonna have to call you on it because I can prove you otherwise. Yes, bullshit. Okay, bullshit. So that's pretty much the gist of it. There's some truth in reality. Okay, but however long I got left, you see, this is the way my life will happen. And like for some reason, I'm the one person just like I'm barely like I'm not gonna let myself get to a certain point, people. It's silly. But yeah, probably like outlive a bunch of people and hate it. Regardless, everybody tried to. A lot of people may not understand there's a bunch of different perspectives. And, you know, everyone in the United States of America does need to remember innocent until proven guilty. That's how we work. Okay? But everyone's hurting still. Everyone. We're still in the middle of a pandemic. Human behaviors will start, yep, shifting. And then there will be anomalous human behavior. Right. So, I don't know. I could use a couple friends here or there. Actually be friendly, not throw me out on the street. Right. I don't know. Right. Meds, I gotta get off. But I'm basically just putting some stuff out there. No one may ever see it, but some will, because I will make sure you do. All this stuff will be cut at a certain point. Uh, I also do this to remind myself to enunciate, because, yeah, sometimes I get the weird, doesn't want to work right in my face, and then slurred speech. I don't know, but I just, well, everybody have a good weekend. And anybody wants to talk about some topics, you just need to contact me. Anybody can donate anything, giveify.com. Look for God Cares Ministries Limited. Um, oh, Atlanta Studios is uh, getting closer. I had to clear out the living room so that I could, take a client or two. And, it just depends on what your goals are. So I can adjust pretty much to anyone. Okay. But you got to be serious, and you got to be over 21, and you have to have a family doctor or primary care. They call it PCP, or GP, general practitioner. Okay. Because everyone should have one. And, right. Okay. Because I'm a responsible practitioner. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It could be a physical situation. It could be a spiritual situation. It could be both. All right. And, I can usually get, several perspectives in hand at once. So I can sometimes, avoid the need for certain things. But, at some point, some people, they may need to see a neurologist, or they may need to see it. Right. So that's the reason why. And I understand, apparently, people think that for some reason that means I'm going to, right, help them, have a ridiculously good orgasm. And I'm like, well, yeah, that would be the case. However, one, I'm not a fucking prostitute. Okay. And two, right, I decided a while back, it's like, oh no, motherfuckers, you're gonna have to buy the cow. So nobody gets an orgasm from me unless you're whacking off to my picture. I gotta go. Somebody's at the door.